Hi guys, it's Thomas Moran here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about my favourite golf tournament, the US Masters in Augusta, Georgia. If you like these videos guys, please like, subscribe and hit that bell notification. So I'm going to be giving you 6 of my tips for the 2025 Masters Championship. If you guys have ever followed the Masters or whatever, it is an unbelievable course and it will test absolutely every part of every player's game. So the course is a par 72, 7,555 yards. Doesn't sound that brutal, but when you mow the lawn against the grain of the holes, it makes it around about 7,900 yards, and it makes it an absolutely massive test. So straight away, you know you're going to need someone that can hit the ball a long, long way. It's playing from Thursday, the 10th, through till Sunday, the 13th of April, where the green jacket will be handed to the new winner of the tournament. Last year's winner, Scottie Scheffler, and they don't have a very good record, winners previous years, of going on and winning again. So that's just something to think about going forward. My strategy for this event, and with pretty much all my events, guys, if you've watched my other videos with horses, with anything where there's an each way play, I will be looking for that each way value. And if we get a winner, it's brilliant. But realistically, some of these golfers are massively overpriced. To get top 10, their win, you might be getting a less on the win bet than you should, but you'll be getting huge value on the each way part. Some of these bookies are paying top 12, top 10, and a lot are paying top 8, which fifth of the odds, big prices. That's a really good play. So my prices start from 18 to 1, I believe, all the way up to 100 to 1. So as I mentioned earlier, price is key for this. There are a lot of players that previously I could have backed as a winner, but I won't have done because I believe the price was too short. And on the flip side, there are players that I didn't think had much chance of winning, but because their price was even higher than I expected, even though it was an absolutely massive price, I've backed them each way and they've got me a place. Charles Schwartzel was a classic example not that long ago. I backed him each way to come each way around 400 to 1, and he did. It's not because I thought he was going to win or even come top 10, but if I'm getting an absolutely mammoth price each way, then I'll have a small bet each way just to get that value that is there. So a few of the things to think about with the Masters: it's a very, very long course, as I mentioned earlier, and very, very tough. You have to be a very good putter, you have to be a great chipper, you have to hit the ball a long, long way, and you've got to have a bit of a temperament. This is why certain players, I think, struggle round here. You're going to hit bad shots, you're going to get bogeys, you're going to get double bogeys. It's just, how do you just get on with that, just mentally wipe it clear and then go again. Tyrrell Hatton's a classic example of someone who hasn't quite got it round here, because I believe a lot of the time he'll get frustrated. I know how it feels. I used to be a nightmare golfer where I'd get so angry, and it doesn't help you. It really doesn't. And this is why certain players I will rule out just on that basis alone. It also helps a lot of left-handers that cut the ball. So you basically, there's a lot of dogleg holes where you go from right to left. So it's great for someone that can draw, that is very comfortable drawing the ball as a right-handed golfer, or fading the ball like someone like Phil Mickelson as a left-handed golfer. One of the things I mentioned in my previous Masters videos, you've got to maximise the par fives. You look at pretty much all the winners previously, and they have absolutely nailed the par fives for being under par, whereas the par threes and the par fours, if you can keep some big scores off your card there, that's what's really going to help you in the Masters winning the tournament. The last 6 winners have been 4 to 1, 9 to 1, 16 to 1, 45 to 1, 9 to 1 and 16 to 1. So realistically, we're going to be looking at that top end of the market for the win part of the bets, but also we're going to be looking for the each way value, because if someone's, even if someone comes third at 12 to 1, you're still going to make some profit on them getting in the top 10 each way at fifth of the odds. So there's different ways you can play it, but if you do get a winner as well, then you've cleared up on the tournament. As I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of players that won the year before. Scottie Scheffler this time round, it's very, very tough to win the next year. If I just show you here what's happened previously. So Scottie Scheffler won it in 2022. He did really well to come 10th the next year. I believe it's because of the pressure and all the media. is on you, you know, well, last year, what's it been like having the green jacket for a year, you know, and then he's gone and won it again in 2024, played amazing again. But this year, it's a bit of a red flag, the fact that I think Tiger Woods in 2002 was one of the only recent players to have actually gone on to win after you've won previously. It's just tough. I mean, you look at John Rahm as well. So John Rahm won it in 2023, and then next year you can pretty much write a line through that, 45th next year. It's just something that I don't know exactly what it is. I would guess it's the media. I'd guess there's a lot playing on your mind. There's pressure. There's lots of talks. Lots of, you know, you've got they make a big deal of the winner's dinner. So, you know, Scottie Scheffler's already put his menu out for that. There's just a lot going on. I guess that must weigh heavily on you. So, on to my selections, guys. And I'd love to know what you guys are backing in the Masters. So please comment below with who you fancy, what you're going to be doing, what your bets are going to be doing. But my first selection and my favourite selection of the 6 is John Rahm. It needs very little explanation really for John Rahm. He won it 2 years back. He's got an absolutely brilliant fit for this golf course. You know, his record, it took him 7 goes to win this, but his record spanning back those years, 8 years, 27th, 4th, 9th, 7th, 5th, unbelievable consistency there, always going to get in your top 10 there. Then he came 27th again, loves that number, and then he won it the year after, so good profit there. And then last year, I would never back previous winners, so I would have missed out on that. But I've had some good success with Rahm over the years each way, and for me, I cannot ignore him this year either. If you look again at the golf betting system, Combi Stats, he's over in Live. He's had a really good run of it. He actually was right up there, tied for the lead yesterday at Live. I think he came 9th in the end. I didn't actually watch the end of it. But his last 5 starts, he's come 2nd, 6th, 6th, 5th and 9th. I mean, that's perfect for me. No need to go and shoot the lights out and win every tournament. That, to me, the price he is for a previous winner. You can get 18 to 1 with Bet Victor, top 5 places, quarter of the odds. But I will, and I'll suggest this for all of my picks, guys, try and get as many places as you can. So if you can get 12, I mean, it's 10 to 1 for 12. That's a little bit tight. I would probably be more looking at 14 to 1 with Coral and with Ladbrokes each way for a top 10. It's up to you guys, though, how much risk you want to take with that. Also, the Betfred 16 to 1 top 8 there is not bad. That's in shops as well. They're playing top 8 places as well. So that's my first pick. My second pick, and I'm always a massive fan of this guy. The only reason you're getting kind of the price you are at the minute is he had an injury it was early this season, so he's only had 3 starts, and they haven't been the best of starts for him, and that is Xander Schauffele. His 3 starts this season, 40th, 72nd and 12th. I mean, the 12th, there's obviously some movement there. He's obviously coming back into some kind of form. I've seen him at the course already on his social media. He was smiling. He's happy. I don't think the injury is going to be a problem. The only issue potentially would be match practice. He's had 12 competitive rounds. But with that, we are getting a price. I used to happily back him around 14 to 1, 12 to 1, 14 to 1 each way for majors. If you're going to give me much bigger prices than that, I'm happy to take the risk of the injury. I'm happy to take the risk of the not being fit for the course. But for me, you just need to look at all his starts at Augusta. He's come 8th last year, 10th the year before, missed cut, 3rd, 17th, 2nd and 50th. I mean, that is just brilliant form. His major form is just superb as well. He won 2 majors in 2024. He won 2 so he came 1st, 7th, 1st, 8th, 17th, 10th, 18th, 10th. I mean, there is no words to describe how unbelievable that is to be over all 4 majors, to be playing, because they're all different courses. His Masters record's great. I think we're getting a lovely price. He's smiling on his social media. That's good enough for me. You can get top 6 places. You can get 25 to 1. That is tempting. But again, I'll be looking at, you know, if you can get 10 places for around 20 to 1, then that's where I'll be playing. Or I'd happily play 8 places around 22 to 1 again, guys. So that, Xander Schauffele is my second pick. My third pick, and that is, I'm a big fan of this guy, and that is Cameron Smith from Australia. He's absolutely absolutely cracking player. His Masters form, as you'll see with all of my picks, guys, they all have great Masters form, and because I believe that that's what you need around here. This is horses for courses 101. You know, certain other courses, you know, they might have a great major record, but if we're playing in a different course, if we're playing the US Open at a different course this year, yes, it's nice to see he always turns up to this major, but it's not like playing the exact same course year in, year out like you do at Augusta, Georgia. For me, he's knocked on the door numerous times here. Even when he hasn't knocked on the door, he's been there or thereabouts. So last year he came 6th, 33rd, 34th the year before, 3rd the year before, 10th, 2nd, 51st, 5th and 55th. So he's had plenty of laps around here. He knows the game. He's an unbelievable putter, great chipper. He knows how to get it round here. His recent form hasn't been great at Liv. I do wonder what it's like over at Liv. I don't watch the golf over there very rarely. I might watch some highlights. Very rarely do I do that. But 25th, 30th, 20th, 19th, came 9th this week. I mean, you know, it's not awful golf. He's obviously going to be playing there. Does he really care as much as he does about the Masters? Probably not. And the biggest thing I like about this bet, more than anything, again, is you're getting a price on this guy. You know, I think he's one of the top players, and yet you're still going to be able to get, I mean, some places, 66 to 1, top 7 with Unibet, with Bet MGM and Live Score Bet. That is just brilliant. As I'm going to say again, the more places you can get, the better. I'd be looking at sort of 8 places at 55 to 1 for Betfred here, and that is in shops as well. But if you can get top 10 with Coral, I probably wouldn't take the 40s. I would probably want a little bit more. And top 12, if they gave me a bit more for top 12 for Cameron Smith, I'd happily take that. But that is my third bet of the US Masters. Now we're going on to the sort of lesser known, the bigger prices. And the next one in my list is Will Zalatoris. He's a strange player, Will, because he hasn't actually played bad all season, but he hasn't really lit the place up. He's come 12th, 48th, 24th, 22nd, 30th and 47th. But his Masters record, he's played there 3 times. He's come 9th last year. In 2022, came 6th. And on his debut, he came 2nd. This is a guy that likes it round here. So there's no doubt that if anyone's thinking, you know, if you come in the top 10 in 3 of your first 3 starts there, that is a very impressive stat. Like I say, not amazing form, but we are getting the odds to justify that. And I think his game is so suited around here. Could he win it? I mean, potentially he can. At 50 to 1, he hits the ball a long way. There's not a big frame of the guy, but he can launch it out there, and he's a great major player. I think you're going to be able to get around the 50 to 1 mark. So 60 to 1 with priced bet for that's top 6. So you could play that. Top 7, 55 to 1. I'd be looking around sort of 50 to 1 for top 8. If you can obviously get any bigger for the top 10 and top 12, I would, you know, he's covered the top 9 in the last 3 starts he's played there. I would expect a good running again from him. So if you can get top 10, do that, but completely up to you how you play that guy. Now this is an interesting one. My next tip, my 5th tip, I would say he's probably my 3rd favourite tip of my tips, and you're getting a proper price for this guy. He's won this before. He's won the tournament before. He played really well at the weekend. He was leading a tournament this weekend, and that is Patrick Reed. I know a lot of people don't like him, but for me, this is a guy that loves it round Augusta, has an unbelievable record, has won round here. He's playing good golf at the minute. Last 4 starts at Liv, 10th, 25th, 2nd and 7th. And he was right up there. He shot 5 under first round at Liv at the weekend. He's playing well. And if you ignore the first 4 starts, which weren't, you know, awful, but they were okay, he won it, then he came 36th, 10th, 8th, 35th, 4th and 12th last year. And this is a guy you're not messing around 25 to 1 with. You're looking at sort of nearer 80 to 1 plus. Patrick Reed here, if you can get around 80 to 1, if you can get as many places as you can, I would say that what looks the best out of here, okay, Betfred, they were 80 to 1, that has been cut. But yeah, anywhere around that price, I think that is an absolutely cracking each way bet. You could play it differently, just go for the top 10 potentially. but the guy has won it. So I'm not going to lay off my win bet here. I'm going to have a win bet on him. And I just think he's an absolutely great each way bet. And liked, if you guys have followed Dave Tyndall, he's tipped up Patrick Reed. That's my 5th selection, guys. Last selection, and he's around about the same price, a little bit bigger. And I've backed him numerous times around here. He's done me very proud, and that is Justin Rose, the Englishman. Got a great record round here. You are getting a price because we don't know what he's going to do, but his record there: 14th second, 10th second, 12th missed cut, 23rd, 7th missed cut, 16th missed cut. It's inconsistent. It's not as good as the other players that I have mentioned, hence the hence the price. But his form's been good this year. You know, he came 47th for the weekend. That's not great. A couple of 3 missed cuts, but a 3rd and an 8th in that selection. Incredible course form at the Masters. Loves it round there. Can putt the lights out. He is some putter when he gets going. Granted, his recent form round here hasn't been as good. But I think with that, you're getting around 100 to 1. I think if you can get as many places as you can, take him at around 100 to 1, that kind of price. I think we've got 6 nice little selections there to have a good run at it and potentially get the winner. If we can get a couple of places at the bigger prices, that'll pay for the bets and a bit of profit. That's the plan. So they're in my top 6. I'm obviously going to talk about the rest of the field, why I wouldn't back certain players, why I personally can't. Scottie Scheffler, he won last year. He's a brilliant player, no doubt. I actually backed him last year, and when he won it previously, but he was in different form then as well. He hasn't won this year. There's enough little niggles for me to go, I can't be backing him around 9 to 2. Not for me. Rory McIlroy, he's playing amazing. You know, if we get his stats up here, he's won recently. He's won twice. He is playing absolutely great golf. He needs this for the Grand Slam. For me, there's a lot of pressure on Rory, and if you're getting a price on him, that's not so bad. So his recent form on the PGA is brilliant. 5th, 1st, 15th, 17th, 1st and 4th. And his record at the Masters is great, but he never really... There was one time where he completely blew up and he was going to look like he was going to win. I think he was 3 shots clear. But apart from that, he hasn't been close enough to really be pushing on. Last year he came 22nd. He missed the cut the year before, 2nd the year before that, and then another missed cut. It doesn't really fill me with a lot of form, a lot of hope. You're not going to get a price on him to do much. So, you're looking at 7 to 1. You can't really be backing each way at 7 to 1 in a golf tournament with 150 runners. This isn't the Grand National. This isn't a big horse race. This is very different. For me, that's why I couldn't back him. Colin Morikawa, I did like him. He is on the sort of next list. The price was just what priced me out. He was right there last year. It didn't kind of work. I want players at those lower odds that are going to win the tournament. Hence, Rahm, he has won it. Hence, under Scheffler, he has won majors and he's very close to winning the Masters. So, whereas with Colin, I just feel he's good enough. His ball striking's amazing, but I just couldn't do it. Bryson, I could see. I backed Bryson. I had a massive bet on him a few years ago when he was launching the ball 400 yards. He didn't work out. His form around here isn't great. He did well last year, but ignoring last year's, he came 6th last year. Again, he was right up there. But you go back, the course doesn't love him. Apart from last year, 21st was his best start. After that, he's playing great golf. He's all over social media. He's a great player, but I can't be backing him around those sort of 20 to 1 marks. I really can't be doing it. Of the others, so I mentioned Scheffler, Morikawa, McIlroy, too short. Brooks is very tempting, around 35 to 1. I saw him earlier. He used to be more dangerous in these majors. He's come 2nd here twice, I believe. I don't know. There's part of me feels that he's not quite the Brooks of old. His record at Live recently, 18th, 2nd, 35th, 7th, 33rd. I don't know. His record round here is very good. And you are getting a decent price. It's just that I might add him to the portfolio. I'm not sure. He has come 2nd twice, 7th. A couple of missed cuts and a 45th. I don't know. But he's got the right game for it. He hits the ball a long way. Very good short game. That's what it is for me. But at the minute, he's not for me. Of the rest, there are some bigger prices. I mean, I used to love backing Freddie Couples to make the cut. Used to back him top 20. Angel Cabrera's only gone and won his last Champions Tour after being in prison for however long. There are some names at the bottom here that people might have a little bit of fun with, and you can play them in different markets. I love Bubba Watson. He's won me a lot of money over the years. I backed him both times when he won, but I don't think he's had a top 10 in a couple of years or something. You know, you're getting 666 to 1, which is a bit of a strange number. Don't see that very often. I couldn't be backing him, even though he's won it twice. And some of the players up here, there's no one that's really... Charles, I thought he'd be a bigger price, but I think he had one good run last week, which doesn't help in live. Otherwise, if he was 500 to 1, can I have a couple of quid each way? I don't know. Matt Fitzpatrick, that price seems absolutely massive to me. 175. I've only just seen that, but again, it's out of form in comparison. So, and there would have been a time where Adam Scott would have been big on my radar, but his record recently round there since the win hasn't been that great, and his actual recent form hasn't been that great. Please let me know who you're backing, guys. And if you do like these videos, please hit the like, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. But most importantly, guys, enjoy the Masters and take care.